Get that itch. Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about being more crafty.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, real crafty. I burnt the piss out of my finger today with a hot glue gun.
What were you making, macaroni art?
Well, not necessarily. More like...
He's bedazzling his favorite pair of jeans.
More like paper flowers.
Oh.
So we got this project going. It's called the Disguise. Was it Turkey in Disguise?
Is this through the street department?
No, it's from school. It's from school.
It was due this week.
Yeah, it's due tomorrow.
Oh, ours had to be in. It just said the week of. So
So
ours
this
is already
tomorrow. Eleanor said it had to be done, so we did it. We did it this evening.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's a turkey, like a paper with a turkey on it.
Yep.
And then you have to build like a disguise for it.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna
William
say-
turned one of these in a couple weeks ago.
Wild Bill should have had one to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, his was hiding in popcorn.
Oh,
there
seen
you
that
go.
on the old Google box. Eleanor's. Well, I did because I definitely Googled turkey in disguise. But I Googled up. Well, I did because I had
Turkey in disguise.
Eleanor was trying to explain to me what the consensus of this project was, and I'm like, honey, I don't know what you mean. She's like, well, we need pom poms, and I'm like, pom poms, like the cheerleaders use. And she said, no, pom-poms, like the little balls, like the pom-poms. I'm like, honey, the only pom-poms that I know about are what cheerleaders
I think
use.
she's talking about little prickly looking balls.
You're
Colorful,
right.
prickly
You're right.
looking little bastards.
Those little, like,
little prickle puffs.
you would, prickle puffs that you would glue onto like a
birthday card.
yeah. So I then were like, oh, she wanted to do like a gumball machine.
Oh.
And I'm
Smart.
like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Oh.
We're going to
gonna do
do
that.
something different. Turkey in disguise is what it was.
Oh, camouflage.
So we actually made a flower pot.
Oh.
So when you
Terracotta or plastic?
well, it was
Terracotta.
supposed to look like terracotta. But when you go to the Holland PTO Fest this Friday, if you make it out, well, not only are the Wandering Dutchmen supplying the meat money, but
Have we?
yeah, we
Okay.
did. Yeah, it's been paid.
Yeah, because she's quit asking. So
Golly,
you're going to get in trouble for that one.
love you, Jess.
I'm glad she gave us reminders or we'd have forgot.
God dang right we would have.
Now, we didn't need one every day, every hour.
25 minutes. But so like all these.
Oh, there's Williams.
The popcorn. That's what I said. I Googled it up. So it's a photograph of a turkey that they have to color.
Yeah, no, we did it at home.
Yeah, so I finished. We did ours tonight, and I had the old hot glue gun out, and I had this whole can of paper flowers, and then like, I don't know, guys. Like I just, I think
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. Like that's the stupid
Spending time
part.
with the family.
Well, not only that, but just crafting, and then like watching Eleanor, like, yeah, do that one, or do this one, or do that flower, do this flower, and I'm like, usually Justine does that shit, like Evelyn made this huge presentation of like a guinea pig, like she had to pick a something and do like a basically almost like a demonstration speech that we had to do for Yonker and stuff like that, but this one was like you have a poster board and then like you blah, blah, blah. So it was like what it takes to be a guinea pig owner. So then they come up with a whole bunch
Do you
of...
have a guinea pig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he hangs out
Right
by the
next to
treadmill.
the lizard.
It's right next to the lizard. Yeah,
Yeah.
treadmill's gone. It's out in the garage, out in the sweatshop out there. So if you want to come down and put some miles in this winter, when it's real cold, you come on down.
So anyway, I was talking to neighbor Doug, and
How is neighbor Doug?
good. And it hit me. I don't know what I was thinking about today, but I never saw an LP tank on his property. And so I shot him a text message. I said, "Are you all electric or do you have natural gas?" Because an old neighbor I had here told me that he always wanted natural gas, but not enough people on the block wanted it
Right.
because it's going down the highway. And he said, "Well, no, we're all electric, but when we build the shop, it's just across the highway. I think we're bringing natural gas in." I said,
Yeah.
"You give me a holler." Because it might cost me a little bit more in some months, but just having a monthly bill and
Oh,
not have to worry
so
about monitoring a tank
our-
level. 'Cause I'm going to have
our,
natural gas out here. I'm going to have front yard, backyard, because I'll switch orifices out on the damn Blackstone and just hook them into the ground.
Yeah. So we did. So our neighbor, there was right at the end of our road where it tees into the highway, built this gargantuous barn.
Yeah.
And he had a.
Does he live in there?
No, he had a
Papa Frank asked, and I said, I
big. So there's like a high pressure main that runs along the highway.
Yep.
Well, then they
on the west or east side.
exactly yeah. So it's on the west side of it. It's on the other side of the highway. They bored under the highway, right?
Oh, well, a neighbor told me it was on the other side of the highway for us.
Well, yeah, maybe here.
Oh.
But I think over there, I don't really know what side it's on the highway.
Straight in the road.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. For me, I don't care. But there's a high pressure main down there on the highway, and they ran I think he said they ran a 2-inch main off of the big main up there, they capped it, line stopped it, and then run just a service line to his building.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, if you guys can get enough people down your road or even your house, you and your neighbor, he said, you guys, we'll tie onto this main and run it back, and then you get 100-foot free from the main, which wouldn't benefit you.
No.
But for me, I'd be great. You know what I mean? You know, but
100-foot wouldn't do me much good unless
Right.
I come down the county road.
for sure. But that's what I was saying. I told Justine the same thing. I said, yeah. But, LP price is not too bad. It hasn't
No,
been
we
recently.
just filled up, and it
And
wasn't
you
bad.
definitely want to fill up in the summer. You definitely don't
Well,
want to
and
fill
I
up
think
now.
that's
Well,
the deal.
but
So the summer
We're on
fill,
a program. Yeah, we're
they
on
just come out, and
Yeah.
I get a summer fill, and we come home, and there's a ticket in the door.
Yep.
No big deal.
Same with us. They don't call.
But
They
we
don't
had
tell us.
2 years ago, we had a real cold winter. It wasn't last year, maybe the year before. And for whatever reason, I was like, oh, man.
Kill that son of a bitch. Well, don't
It's
swat
gonna, well,
it
that's
now.
fine. It's going to make a noise. It's fine. It'll be interesting to hear. Let's have him pick the noise. Next time he gets on a blue button, you just smash that bastard.
Why? You've been staring at this guy for an hour.
Drive me nuts.
Are you highly allergic?
No, it's just driving me nuts.
Anyway, so I
Live.
that 2
Yeah.
years ago, whatever it
Frisky.
was, I just walked out because I wonder what the tank's at, because we filled it up at the beginning of the summer.
7%.
Less. Like we were down like in the zero bar.
I flipped out before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit! Like
We've run out once in the summer.
Wow. Huh?
So I've got a gas water heater.
Oh.
And I shouldn't say summer. It was probably late spring. So they hadn't come and done the summer fill yet.
Yeah.
And Jenna's like, our shower's broken. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, all the water's cold. All these kids are taking showers. I was like,
Oh shit!
I bet we're out of gas. And it'd just be nice to not have.
Hey, didn't we start talking about crafts?
See, we're
it's
on
kind
the,
of a craft.
we're on
This is my favorite
I
type
do
of
too.
topic.
We're
Yeah.
on the spring. We're on the spring and fall fill up
Why?
because
We
we
need to
have
swap to the summer, bro.
Summer's
It's
the
so
cheapest
much
one.
cheaper in the summer.
time out before you go.
Okay.
We've got
Before you go.
LP heat
Yeah.
and our appliances.
Yes.
And our hot water heater.
Oh goddamn! So you go through a lot.
So we don't use the electricity that you guys use.
True that.
But we
'Cause
use
that's
a lot
what
of
we,
LP.
we compensate. Like we have a gas furnace,
Yeah.
but then we compensate in the house where there's no central air with
Yeah.
super safe
Somebody told me that
space heaters
that
that are
you
not
could do,
hooked into power strips.
that you could convert your air conditioner to LP.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was telling me that.
I mean, they make refrigerators run on LP, so I wouldn't see why you
On
couldn't.
a camper.
I mean, or you can just buy one for off-grid living. It just takes 12 volts to run the fan to pump it through. But yeah,
Yeah. But somebody told me that because if I could get off electric and not have to pay,
so that's the thing.
Well,
I've
that's
been
just because
looking.
our electric provider is a bunch of
yeah.
CS and CS.
I wish we had our friends at the.
I
Now,
learned.
but your,
I learned
your,
last
your
Saturday.
team does better for. They do net monitoring, not
Yes.
net
Net
whatever.
metering.
So you get dollar for dollar back for
Yeah.
solar.
Yes.
Where
well,
I'm
they
at-
did. Now the incentive's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So where I'm at, and they've got great
Thanks,
service,
thanks, Trump.
but
Oh,
got great
that's
service.
surely about green energy.
Just for the record, I didn't say a thing about green energy there.
But yeah, I think also that's the other reason I don't want to have a gas stove right now is the 500-gallon LP tank. Like we cook a lot, but if I just could have
Not a damn.
the
I wouldn't have guessed it. The house full of Smoker
If I
children.
could
Five
have the peace of mind to be able just to run it.
I tell you what, though, I have buddies that have natural gas, and you're talking about like they have everything plumbed in.
Yeah.
Like they have natural gas, like they got a generator, like
For sure. Why wouldn't
in
you?
the wintertime for storms and shit.
Yeah, why
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
Natural gas. They have like grills that are plumbed in.
I would put
They
it-
have fire pits that are plumbed in. They have all kinds of cool shit. And I'm thinking, and natural gas is cheap.
I don't
You
know if it's as cheap as LP. It probably is.
Oh
or
God,
close.
yes,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Why do you think all these power plants are converting? Because it's so much cheaper,
Right.
But I'm just thinking, which we don't need to go there either. But I'm just saying, like, I would definitely do natural if I could get a lot of people back there to do it.
Like if me and neighbor Doug is enough for them to say, yeah, we'll bore under the highway, but you're paying
Because
for all your
is it
outlets.
community natural up here too?
No idea.
I'm
I
sure it's
bet it
community
is,
natural.
yeah.
Like they're all running the same thing. But those old boys down here were like, hell yeah, man, we'll bring that
I
son of a
told
bitch all the
Jenna
way
today, I
back.
said, if we do it though, we're gonna have front yard and backyard tie-ins for grills, and I'll convert grills over. Obviously, the house, and we'll want one to the shop. Hell, I'd probably get a pool heater.
Oh,
I don't know if
we're
you could
living
do
high
that
on
for
the
an above ground pool that's uninsulated.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
It's not efficient.
I wouldn't think.
but they're just it's
But
cheap.
back to my topic, I was saying,
Yeah,
like
crafts.
being more crafty, and it's not necessarily just like scrapbooking and hot gluing and
So I feel like my deer cooler project's crafty.
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like a friend of mine that was in my class at graduate, like he is a huge. I wouldn't necessarily call him a cobbler because that's more of like shoe stuff.
That's exactly shoe stuff.
Yeah, but like leather, like just leather work in general. You know, like making clothing out of leather, like making.
You know a guy that does that?
Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
I've
He's
been
made
wanting
me
to-
a bracelet, like all kinds of cool shit. And I think like that is definitely a craft. Say another dude that is like a woodworker. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy that's like really.
Now, see,
really
I
good
call
with-
both of those trades.
So that was my thing. I wanted to get there. What is the difference between a trade and a craft? Because
Yeah, and they are interchangeable if you use them in the right sentence, I guess.
right, and that was like so. Like you always think of a trade, you would say like, "Oh, I work in the trades." So you're thinking like
You want to
you're-
know how I was, and maybe I'm way off base here, but the way I always viewed it, I guess, is the barter system. Mm-hmm. And do I have a skill set that someone would give me money or something else valuable because I have that skill set? Now, to me, a craft is something that is not necessary.
Craft denotes skilled manufacture. Trade in this sense an occupation of exercising such a craft.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
craftspeople or artisans, however, have a degree of skill that may or may not be what they chose to make a living with.
Yeah, a craft is a skill or art that requires creativity and practice to master.
Yeah.
A trade is a skilled job that requires specific
There you
training
go.
and knowledge.
A craftsperson or artisan isn't necessarily a tradesperson, but a tradesperson by definition is a craftsman and an artisan. So for me, I would think, like for me, I'm a laborer by trade,
Sure.
but my craft,
I knew I saw that little.
Bojangles, he's playing tricks on us.
I'm glad Bojangles can make it back for season 2.
But we have like
not.
for me, I know it's starting to anyway. Like by trade, I would be a laborer, but I would say but my craft would be
Pouring concrete.
working up deer or like something that you are skilled at that you enjoy to do, or like my craft would be fishing or something that you're knowledgeable.
But that would be a hobby. So what's the difference between a hobby and a craft?
I don't know.
See, that's another question there.
Now, a hobby, my opinion, a hobby is something you do for self-fulfillment. A craft is something you would do for,
Monetary gain.
yeah, well, not necessarily monetary. Maybe you're trading, but for
Oh, hey, when I type "what's the difference," you know what the first hit on Google is?
what?
What's the difference between indica and sativa? I love it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like for me, I mean, like obviously you think craft, you think like scrapbooking and crochet and everything like that. But I don't think that
I would. I throw songwriting or music in there with
Yeah.
something more for enjoyment.
We did a lot of craft shows. Do-it-yourself activities, which may combine several crafts, constitute a hobby only if it is approached as a leisure.
Okay.
Moreover, some do-it-yourself activities involve not so much creating something new, not a craft, as repairing or tinkering with something old, as in fixing a car or a washing machine.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Stacks up.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I wish I was really, really, really good at something that I enjoyed at the same time that I could potentially benefit monetarily from. I guess that's what I was saying. Like, if somebody wanted to pay me to disguise their turkey with paper flowers and
Pom-poms.
skewer sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could start up, like, Smoke Mama with Fonzie Creations.
Yeah.
Fonzie.
Well, you know, with all, how do you say it? Fonzie Creations. You know, like stuff like that. You know, like that's cool. Really cool, actually. And she enjoys it.
Oh, for sure.
And she makes a little money at it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think that would be neat as shit. You know, whether it would be...
So is this a craft for us?
Yeah, but it's also a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say
be a
with
trade?
our record past of losing recordings, deleting things,
Definitely a hobby.
we've really not honed our craft yet.
Justine always says that this is the most inexpensive hobby I've ever had. And I agree.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that.
I mean, it might be physically tolling.
It takes a lot of time, but every hobby does.
Right. But I mean, like
tolling.
physically tolling. Like it's tough on our diet.
Well, not tonight.
I was down.
Yeah, I know.
I was down weight. My sugars were good.
I'm pretty tore up that we didn't have any glizzies to throw on the roller tonight.
Well, when I walked in and
I got a
Dave-
whole bag of. Okay, so just on that fourth wall, like I noticed it happened, and when I yelled a bunch of expletives out loud, you weren't out of your truck, but your truck was parked.
No,
Like,
I
it happened just as before you walked.
I heard you finishing it because
When I walked in the door and there was absolutely
silence.
nothing happening.
Yeah.
Like no music.
Yeah.
No conversating.
Nope. That's how
Like
I walked
you could
into it.
Guys, I
literally-
was getting ready. Like I had just turned the TV on. I just hit delete. Like everything was going. I'm like, yeah. And I turned back around and the big like, this is a problem. And I was like, all because I got greedy for the 20 minutes that I didn't want to spend tomorrow because I was like, I'll get it done tonight.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to have all day tomorrow.
Anyway,
yeah, happy.
I just wish I was
Crafts.
more crafty, man. That's all I
Yeah,
was
me too.
about.
I think we all do.
That freaking mouse gets my beer.
No.
No.
I still like beer.
Bojangles likes vodka.